Some of y'all don't like y'all kids because their brains are developing faster than what yours were at that age, and they're actually realizing that you're dumb. And then you realize that you're not going to be able to control them and treat them like a slave how you were treated growing up, and that makes you mad. And then you call them disrespectful for realizing that you're stupid. Oh my God, who said that?
That's one way of looking at it. That's one perspective. Another is that you realize things as you become triggered. As a parent myself up to that has had to work through their triggers, there are some things that parenthood has opened my eyes to. And it may be what that person stated, but it could also be that you get triggered and then you realize the ways in which you were controlled, in which things were more so controlled than love, the ways in which you were manipulated, the ways in which you were emotionally and physically stunted in growth for control. And when you were no longer controllable, you were disposable. The love was conditional. The love is conditional. And seeing your children get to be in a certain energy that you weren't allowed to be in is triggering, and it's upsetting, and it can be frustrating. And in some cases, it's not that you're always dumb. You were just developmentally delayed because of how you were brought up and because of what the people before you knew and how they operated in their survival mode. Sometimes you can be mad and frustrated because you have to be the person that you wish you had when you were younger, and you have to, despite of what you're going through, despite of what your survival mode looks like, feels like, and despite you not knowing everything or certain things, regardless of your growth that you're coming into as an adult, you still have to show up for your child as emotionally intelligent as possible, physically showing up and supporting. You have to do all the things that you were told that or was shown wasn't possible for you. And it can be triggering, and it can be upsetting, it can be frustrating, and that is very much valid. It's hard to work through. But the parent that actually loves their child, that wants to be a parent, that wants to have a good outcome with their children when they become adults, is going to try to work through those triggers. They're going to try to hear their children, and they're going to try to adapt to their children instead of making their children adapt to them.